You step out of a dark hallway and into the harsh midday sun. Just as your foot hits the pavement, a friend yells your name and tosses a heavy set of keys directly at your face. Let's freeze time right here. The keys are tumbling through the air, inches from your hand. To make this catch, your biology must execute a series of high-speed calculations that your conscious mind never even sees. In this frozen frame, your body has to calculate the exact velocity of the tumbling metal. It has to measure the physical distance between you and the object, register its specific colors, and aggressively protect your internal tissues from the sudden, blinding glare of the sun. Every single calculation, from sunlight hitting your face to your brain identifying the object as keys, happens in less than 10 milliseconds. We are going to stretch out that tiny 10-millisecond window. We're going to step behind the pupil and watch the mechanical and chemical machinery of your eyes execute this sequence in extreme slow motion. Because what feels like a seamless, unbroken connection to the outside world is actually a high-speed, constructed illusion built entirely in the pitch black of your skull. We unfreeze time just a fraction. Light reflecting off the keys first makes contact with the sclera, the tough white outer armor of your eye. The light then pushes through the cornea, a clear, dome-shaped shield that instantly bends the light, handling 70. Because the keys are moving rapidly toward you, the distance is constantly changing. To keep the image sharp, internal muscles pull on the flexible lens, so it physically flattens, continually bending incoming light rays to keep the moving target locked in focus. Before your brain is even aware the keys are in the air, your eye's mechanical hardware has already adjusted its aperture and run a continuous autofocus routine at a speed no manufactured camera can match. Pushing past the lens, the light travels through a clear, jelly-like substance called the vitreous humor. It finally hits the back wall of the eye, the retina. This is a membrane of light-sensitive tissue, roughly the thickness of a credit card. Here, the incoming light slams into 120 million photoreceptor cells called rods. The rods absorb the overwhelming brightness of the midday sun. They don't see color, but instantly break down photopigments inside their cell walls, converting the raw light intensity into a chemical reaction. At the very center of the retina lies a small specialized zone called the fovea. This is where 6 million cone cells take over. They extract the sharp edges of the key teeth and the specific metallic glint of the metal. This chart maps your 3 cone sensitivities. S cones trigger for blue, M cones for green, and L cones for red. Light from the keys stimulates them in varying amounts. Your brain calculates the exact ratio of these firing signals, interpreting the combination as a metallic brass color. The keys themselves have no actual color. Color is a biological rendering instantly generated by the cells inside your eyes. Now those chemical reactions become electrical impulses. They surge down the optic nerve. They pass right through the optic disc, your natural blind spot, but your brain cleverly fills in the missing visual data, so you never notice the gap. The signal arrives at the visual cortex at the back of your brain. Instantly, the data is split and fired down 2 massive processing highways at the exact same time. The first path is the ventral stream. This pathway analyzes the shape and color, verifying the object's identity as keys. The second path is the dorsal stream. It calculates exactly where the object is in space, tracking its physical trajectory towards your body. This illustrates stereopsis. Because you have 2 eyes at the front of your face, each sees the incoming keys from a slightly offset angle. Your brain compares the 2 images, measures the discrepancy, and uses that exact difference to triangulate distance and speed. In the final millisecond, your brain automatically takes the image hitting your retina, which is completely upside down, and flips it right side up. Time resumes. You reach your hand out, and the keys slap into your palm. That catch was powered by the ultra-fast spatial rendering of your visual cortex. You're standing in the sun, holding the keys. 10 milliseconds have passed. You are entirely unaware of the mechanical, chemical, and electrical sequence that just fired through your nervous system. And this machinery never stops. In a single hour, your eyes will process 36,000 individual pieces of visual data. To pull this off, the eye muscles will move 100,000 times a day, more than any other muscle in your body. You will blink 10,000 times just to keep the exposed tissues clean and oxygenated. Your eyes are active, high-speed biological computers, constantly calculating physics, geometry, and light waves to build your world frame by frame. So the next time you read a line of text, catch a ball, or recognize the face of someone you love, take a second to acknowledge the work happening behind your pupils. This entire sequence, capturing light, measuring depth, and rendering color, happens flawlessly and entirely unconsciously inside your head, every second of every waking day.